So now I'm going to give you guys a breakdown of TradingView, how I use TradingView. This is GBP USD. You can see top left it says GBP USD over here. If you ever wanted to change the currency pair, you can just come into here and just type in whichever currency pair you want to choose. Normally when you type in the currency pair, let's just say for example GU right here, it comes up with different brokers. So FXCM is another broker. We've got Awanda, we've got Forex.com. So whichever one that you like, you can go ahead and choose that one. So for example, if you choose FXCM, then make sure you choose FXCM for EURUSD and all your different pairs that you're going to be trading. So you can see right here it says GBP/USD right here. If I change that to EUR/USD, there we go, it then changes again. You can see all the different brokers to the right of this little box area over here. Also to the right of this, when I click these 4 lines here, you can click into that and you can go to your watch list. This is my watch list. I've got all these pairs on here. To add a pair, all you need to do is click on this button right here and click add. There we go. And then you can just type in whichever pair, and then once you've done that, so let's just type in Euro NZD and click here. It then pops up right here at the very bottom and it's added to my watch list. If I ever wanted to take it off, I'll just hit this ribbon sign and it comes off. And what you can do as well, you can organize them. So for example, you can create a new list, and then for example, I've created a list for cryptos, I've created a list for GBP pairs, and so on and so forth. You can do that if you wanted to, or you can just keep it on your watch list like that. Now to the left now, so it comes up with the different ways you can annotate your chart. So right here we have the crosshair, so which is basically this cursor that you can see right now. You can change it to a dot, you can change it to an arrow, and then here this is where it gets all fancy. You got your lines, you got your arrows, you got your, I never use anything else. I only use the lines, I use the arrows sometimes, I use the horizontal ray, and I use the vertical line. I don't really use anything else over here. There's no need really. So just to show you guys how these things look like, so I'm going to go ahead and click this one over here, and you can just use that to drop a little line. You can change the colors of that line as well by double clicking into it, and you can change the style of it too. You don't have to worry about all of this. This is just giving you guys a little bit more of an in-depth training on TradingView. So you can change the colors if you wanted to, and you can even add text to it and just put the money sign above it. You can change it from the center to the left, and back to the center to the bottom as well. You can do that too. And so that's that. I normally use this for like any kind of liquidity areas. I would just use this line tool. And we also got the arrow tool. Just for example, you want to show that price is broken some kind of structure. There we go. Boom. It just shows that this low was taken here. We also got, this is the horizontal line that I like to use. So sometimes I use this, for example, let's just say I'm looking at this low being targeted over here, and you see the low, it expands all the way out to the right from where you click your cursor. So to clear the screen, you can go to this bin tool. You can either click on it or just click to the right of it. You can remove all your annotations like that. More things to do. So when it comes to these pairs, you can see right here, you can see that GBP/USD is at 1.337 to, or let's just say 1.3370. This is the value of GBP/USD right now. You see that very last number where it's a little bit smaller than the rest, that's known as the pipette. You kind of just leave that number, you don't really include that number. And so what you would see is 1.3370. And so if price was to go up to 1.3380, that means price has gone up by 10 pips. If it had gone down from 1.3370 to 1.3360, that means price has gone down by 10 pips. And so that means if you sold GU at the time, then that means you would have been in profit of 10 pips. And how it works as well, because I know I'll get this question all the time, is you don't have to actually own the currency pair to be able to sell it. That was one of the stumbling blocks in my earlier days of trading. I thought that you had to own the currency pair before you can sell it or buy it. But this is not how it works. You're buying and selling the increase or decrease in the value of the currency pair. That's what you're doing. Fibonacci retracement, I like to use that for just looking at whether price is in a discount or a premium, and we will get into that later on in the course as well. So literally like that, this is the Fibonacci tool. You can drag it from one point to the next. That's the only thing I use here. I don't normally use the paintbrush for anything, never use it. I like to use my rectangles as well if I want to drop any boxes or any zones. You can see once you double click into it, you can just adjust it as you see fit. I like to put some text on my chart, not necessarily in the box, because you can do that just by editing the box, but you can just type in anything, boom, there we go. I like to put my text, I can adjust the height and everything else if you wanted to do that. And I like to have this little pound sign. There's multiple symbols here. I like to have this pound sign. Well, technically I don't use it now because I just edit the line. I just edit the line and add the pound sign to that. So just to show you that, boom. So this is the line and I can just add the pound sign. So this is why I stopped using the symbol. There you go, just like that. This tool here is the measuring tool. So this measures how many pips price has gone up or gone down by. So for example, if I wanted to measure from this high to this low, Can you see here it says 501.9, so you always forget that last digit is 500 pips. Price has dropped from this high to this low, 500 pips. And what I like about it too, it then tells you how many bars, so 17 bars. It just basically means that there's 17 candles from left to right. And then you can do it for the other side too, from the bottom to the top. As you can see, it's just saying it's 430 pips. Another cool thing, you can use a magnifying glass if you wanted to. Click on the magnifying glass if you wanted to zoom in into this area. Just highlight the area and it takes you right in there and you can get stuck in. And then this tool here basically just locks in the annotation. So whatever you pick, so let's just say I pick some arrows, it will lock it in. I don't have to keep going back to the arrow tool, to the arrow section to click it. Basically, if I clicked it now to get rid of that and then did the arrow one more time, you see I can't do it anymore. And so I would have to lock this in, click this as well, and then I can just keep on annotating as I please. And then what I like about this as well is that you can lock the screen so nothing happens. You can't delete anything on your screen. And then here, if ever you wanted to hide your annotations, let's say you wanted to see your chart clearly, there's so much annotations on your chart, you can just click this button here and it hides all the annotations. Here you can change whether you want to see candlesticks or bars or lines. As you can see, this is a line chart, and you got indicators here. You know we're never going to click on this one because we don't trade it with indicators. And if you wanted to, just another thing you can check, you can actually switch up your chart. So if you click here, you can see basically it just means this is a single layout. You can only look at one chart. Then if I clicked into this and clicked onto this one, let's say I want to split my screen up into two, it splits up into two. And I can change the chart by clicking on, let's just say Euro USD. And now you can see, once I've changed the chart, you can see Euro USD right here. Euro USD is popped up and you can see how clean it is. So this is just a great way to analyze two charts beside each other. And just to show you one other thing, one other tool that I do like to use, let me quickly go back to GBP USD. And it was this tool here. It's called the long position and short position. So if I ever wanted to take a long position just to double check the amount of R I'm going to get or anything like that, this line here, I'm going to move that to wherever my stop loss is. And then this tool here, I'm going to move it to wherever my TP target is. Let's just say it was here. I do go into more depth on this long and short position tool later on. It just shows me that whenever the price is in the green, I'm in profit. And then it shows me my target points too. It also shows me my stop loss area over here. And then it's the exact same for the short position. Let's just say I wanted to enter short from here. My stop loss was going to be maybe above this high, for example. And then I wanted to take TP or take profit over here. It's now flipped the other way. Whenever price is dropping, it's dropping it in your favor, you're in profit. If it came up into your red zone, you're basically in a drawdown or in a negative. And if it hit the stop loss area, the very high, it means you're stopped out of the trade. If it hits the very low, then you've TP'd. You've hit your target point. And one more other thing that you can actually do, you can actually set alerts. So for example, let's just say you wanted to be alerted that price had crossed past this level over here. So let me quickly mark it up, this level down here. What you could have done is you could have set an alert by pressing this plus sign right here, this plus sign right there, and go to add alerts. You can go into it and, you know, amend it and everything else. You can do that as well. So you can change the text that shows up and you can change the different things that show up over here. You can change how long it plays for, whether it plays a sound, or you can just leave it and it will just alert you when price crosses that level. And so what would happen is the alert will go off on your phone or on your computer, wherever you're looking at the chart, and then you go into this trade and you will either watch it or you close off your position or whatever you intend to do right here. So that's how alerts work. And if you ever wanted to delete an alert, right click it or two finger tap it and go to remove and confirm. Just like that. So that was just a basic breakdown of TradingView. Of course, you can dig a bit deeper by getting into the settings of every single one of these annotation tools. You can tweak it to however you like.